Hi, I'm Mike, founder of GoodBed.com. Today we're going to be taking a close look at the brand new design of the Nectar mattress, which has been completely overhauled as of the end of 2019. Now, Nectar is a mattress brand that's only a few years old, but it has been on an astronomical growth curve. So we're excited to give you our take on their new design. The definitive review of the brand new Nectar mattress is coming up. Stick around. So in case you've never seen one of our videos before or been to our website, goodbed.com, the first thing you need to know about mattress shopping in general is that mattresses are highly personal. This means that a mattress that is great for me can be truly terrible for you, and vice versa. So as a mattress shopper, the three things you need to focus on are what we call the 3 Fs: fit, feel, and features. Fit is the way that you're going to find a mattress that matches your body, including your shape, your size, and your preferred sleep positions. Sort of like picking out a pair of pants. Feel are the characteristics of a mattress that really have no better or worse. They're just about your personal preferences. And features are the characteristics of a mattress that actually can be better or worse, but may or may not be a priority for you personally. That's how we do all of our testing, and it's also how we break it down in our reviews. Now, let's start with fit, because that really is the most important of the 3 Fs, since it is what determines whether a mattress can deliver to you the 2 things that everybody has to get from their mattress, which are back support, which is really code for proper spinal alignment, and pressure relief. Now, before I go any further, I want to tell you you're going to want to check out the written version of this review, which you can find a link to right in the description of this video. That review is going to contain ratings for all sorts of permutations that we don't have time to cover in this video, so you're definitely going to want to check that out. So to provide a high-level summary, let's start with spinal alignment for back sleepers. And in general, in our testing of this new Nectar design, we found that back sleepers have pretty good spinal alignment, and that was true across a pretty wide range of weights. In fact, even the heaviest of sleepers, for whom we felt maybe had the least spinal alignment, we still felt the spinal alignment was pretty good. And for the lightest sleepers, we thought it was very good. In terms of stomach sleepers, we felt like there was a little bit of a bigger disparity between the lightest and heaviest sleepers. So the lightest stomach sleepers we felt would still be pretty well served from a spinal alignment standpoint, but the heaviest ones, we really just worried there could be a little too much sinkage in the heaviest part of the body, which for all of us is our hips. And when you're sleeping on your stomach, that can cause your back to overarch, which is a surefire recipe for back pain. So in general, we probably wouldn't recommend this mattress to stomach sleepers who are over 250 pounds, and even ones over 200 pounds, I worry a little bit. Now turning to side sleepers, and in our testing of this new design of the Nectar mattress, we really did feel that from a spinal alignment standpoint, it really did excel for a wide range of side sleepers. From the heaviest to the lightest, we felt like the spinal alignment they were getting was either very good or excellent. But now turning to pressure relief, which is, by the way, particularly important for side sleepers, because that is the position where your body's weight is distributed over the smallest surface area. We did have a concern for heavier and or curvier side sleepers from a pressure relief standpoint. And the reason for that was because the way this mattress is designed, the top 2 layers of the mattress can be compressed a little bit more easily than the bottom layer, which is a very firm support core. And we have a concern that the heavier and or curvier you are, the more likely you are to have fully compressed through those top 2 layers. And therefore you will be getting your pressure relief from that support core, which is not going to have the same kind of pressure relieving capabilities as those top 2 layers. So for heavier and or curvier, extra curvy side sleepers, we may not recommend this mattress as much from a pressure relief standpoint. But for lighter and or less curvy side sleepers, we did feel like the pressure relief was good or very good. So now we're going to turn to the second of the 3 Fs, which is feel. Now again, these are characteristics that cannot be better or worse. They can only be a better or worse match for your personal preferences. And the first of these is softness. And what we would say about this new design of the Nectar mattress is that we would classify it as a medium on our softness spectrum, but it is just at the very softest end, right before we would get to medium soft. So overall, we would probably say it feels a little firmer. If you're ever looking at old reviews of the Nectar mattress, we'd probably say it feels a little firmer on balance than the old one, but just a smidge, because it is very close to being a medium soft. However, we will classify it as a medium. The second feel characteristic is what we call cushioning depth, which is really the difference between sort of sleeping on your mattress, which gives you that floating above it type of sensation, versus sleeping in your mattress, which gives you more of that hugged or cradled sensation. And in testing the new design of the Nectar mattress, we would definitely classify this as having slightly deeper than average cushioning. So that's a function of the fact that you're going to sink into this mattress a little bit more than on an average mattress. And also it's going to conform a little bit more closely to your body's curves. Those two characteristics together both kind of work together to create more of that hugged or cradled sensation. So in general, it's going to be a better match for people who are looking for that type of feel. The next feel characteristic is what we call memory feel. This refers to that slow melting sensation that you get on a classic memory foam mattress. In terms of the degree to which you're going to get that sensation on this mattress, a couple things to note here. First, there is of course memory foam. The top layer of this mattress is 2 to 3 inches of memory foam. And that being said, it doesn't have as much memory feel as maybe other mattresses that have a similar design, on account of the fact that, for one, this is very soft memory foam, so you are going to sink through it pretty quickly. The firmer the memory foam, the slower that ride tends to be on the way down. This tends to be a pretty immediate adjustment to your body given the softness of that layer. The second thing to note is that it's relatively quick recovery, so you're not going to have that kind of stuck in a hole type feel either, because as soon as you move out of an area, it's pretty much going to return to its height. So overall, we'd say it definitely has more than average in terms of this memory feel, but maybe not as much as a lot of other memory foam mattresses. The last feel characteristic is bounce, and we assess bounce at multiple levels of the mattress because it's often possible for the bounce characteristics to be very different, whether you're talking about just at the surface versus something that you'd experience when you plop your full weight down on a mattress. Starting at the surface, there's really no bounce up at the surface, and that's because you're pressing into memory foam, which is a shock absorbing material. So no real quick rebound there. Below that though, you do have a transition layer, which is pretty bouncy, almost latex-like, I would say. So when we drop our 16-pound bowling ball on this mattress, we actually got, maybe an average or so amount of bounce, average being across all mattresses that we test of all different construction types. But as we move lower in the mattress and test the deep bounce, which we test by me dropping down my full 200 pounds on this mattress, we really again find it has basically no bounce, because at that point I'm going right through those top two comfort layers and landing on that firm support core, which really doesn't have a whole lot of bounce to it. So overall, we would say this mattress is going to be a much better match for people who are looking for a mattress that does not have a whole lot of bounce. So now let's move on to the third and final of the 3 F's, features. And again, these are things now that can be better or worse, however, may or may not be a priority for you personally. And the first of these is motion isolation, which, as you may know, refers to the degree to which someone on, say, this side of the mattress is going to be aware of or disturbed by what's happening over on the other side of the mattress. And we test this a few different ways, both using a bowling pin to represent how much movement the person over on this side of the mattress is feeling. In the first test, we drop a 16-pound bowling ball on this other side of the mattress. And in the second test, I come down really inconsiderately with my whole body weight into bed next to that bowling pin. And in both of these tests, Nectar passed with flying colors. So overall, we would say that this mattress has exceptional motion isolation characteristics. The next set of features relates to cooling, and this can be a real priority for some people who have a concern about overheating during the night. And in this area, we tend to look at a few different things. Number one, we look at airflow. And in terms of airflow, this is not a mattress that has a whole lot of airflow. The one thing I can say about it is that some of these foams, just by virtue of their densities and other characteristics, I do think are going to have more airflow than a lot of other foams would. But in general, foam does not have obviously as much airflow as, say, springs do. So in general, we'd say this definitely has like less than average airflow, being an all foam mattress. The next thing we look at is how much of your body's surface area is exposed to the air when sleeping on this mattress, because that is actually your body's most efficient way to dispel heat during the night. And we did talk about how this is a mattress that has more of that hugged or cradled sensation, which in this particular area of temperature can work against you a little bit by having basically more of your body's surface area being closer to contact with the mattress. So in general, we would say that on that particular dimension, this mattress is okay, but certainly not the best. And the last area we look at in terms of assessing cooling properties is heat transfer features. These are features that basically are designed to enable heat to travel more efficiently away from your body and hopefully out of the mattress altogether. In this case, there's a couple things that this mattress does have. Number one, it has the Tencel fiber in the cover, which does have both heat wicking and moisture wicking qualities to it. Number two, according to the company, there is in this top layer of memory foam gel memory foam. And gel, being a conductor, is one of those things that also allows heat to travel more effectively away from your body. So if you happen to be amongst the subset of people for whom temperature or overheating happens to be a known issue, then we might suggest that there are other mattress construction types that have more proven temperature regulation capabilities than a memory foam over foam construction like this one. However, if you are not part of that camp, then we do think that those attributes that we just covered should give you a little bit of extra comfort as it relates to the temperature regulating capabilities of the Nectar mattress. The next feature is edge support. Now, this can be a concern for people who either like to sit on the edge of the bed like I'm doing right here, or who maybe get forced to the edge of the bed during the night. So we look at this both ways in our testing. And actually, in both cases, we felt like the Nectar performed surprisingly well. And I say surprisingly well because in general, mattresses with a memory foam over foam construction type don't tend to do very well in this particular category. However, I am sitting on the edge of this mattress and I can tell you I feel very stable. The amount of dip is not extreme and I don't feel any kind of sense of sliding off the mattress. Even more surprisingly perhaps is that in the lying down test, I also did not feel at all a sense of kind of leaning or tipping like I was gonna be slowly ejected from the mattress like I do on most memory foam mattresses. So overall, we would say that this mattress has actually good edge support and way better than most memory foam over foam mattresses. The next feature is ease of repositioning. Now, this is something that is not going to be a priority really at all for most people, but there is a small subset of people for whom this is a big deal. So we always make sure to cover this in our reviews. And what I can tell you is that while there is a little bit of challenge to move around on this mattress on account of the memory foam and the deeper than average cushioning, a couple things mitigated that too. For example, the quicker than average response time of the memory foam, it recovers very quickly, as well as the fact that the memory foam is relatively soft, so you can really just kind of slide down into it as you're rolling across the mattress. So in general, we would say that the ease of repositioning here was actually pretty good and maybe better than a lot of other memory foam mattresses. The next set of features relates to the use of natural materials in the mattress, as well as the lack of harmful chemicals, which oftentimes is the bigger concern for many people. Now, in general, this is not an area of particular strength for the Nectar mattress, and there's a few reasons for that. Number one, it's not a mattress that contains any natural materials, nor does the company claim that it does. But also, it's a mattress that is made overseas, currently in China, although of course that could change. And it's a mattress that is made entirely of polyurethane foam, which is a petroleum-based product. One thing that a lot of our readers ask us about is what kind of off-gassing we experience when opening the mattress. And what I can tell you is that we did feel like we experienced a little bit more than average of that kind of chemical smell when we first opened the Nectar mattress. So that being said, I think it's an important thing to note that all of the foams in this mattress are certified to the CertaPure standard, which is a standard that looks for both the presence of and off-gassing of various known harmful materials and certifies that none are present beyond some minimally acceptable threshold. So it is likely that whatever I was smelling in this case was not something that was harmful, but I did just want to point all of that out to you. Nonetheless, if this is an area of some concern for you, I do think that that CertaPure certification is something that you can take some comfort from in this area. The next feature is adjustable base compatibility, which is something that we get asked about more and more these days. And when we think about adjustable base compatibility, we think about three things. Number one, is it going to damage the mattress or void the warranty in any way to use it on an adjustable base? And in the case of the Nectar mattress, the answer is definitely no. It's fully intended to be used on an adjustable base. Number two is how well does it conform to the curves of an adjustable base, particularly when that base is in a fully articulated position, meaning when both the head and the foot are in a fully elevated position. And in the case of the Nectar, we did feel like, first of all, like many mattresses when they're new, particularly ones that have a firm support core, firm foam support core like this one, the foot of the mattress really had a hard time kind of staying down when the mattress was fully elevated. But the other thing that happened is when I got off the mattress, it popped right up. And that is again something that is likely to break in over time some, but for sure it's gonna take a little while of using it on an adjustable base to get past that and have the mattress be able to hold its form without the weight of a human on it when the base is elevated. So in general, that is not quite as ideal from an adjustable base compatibility standpoint. The third characteristic though is, does anything weird happen when you have it on an adjustable base in that fully articulated position? And for that, we would say no. Sometimes we see bowing on the sides, which we didn't observe here. Sometimes we see a big bunching of quilting materials, which given the new design doesn't have any quilting, wasn't an issue. So overall, we would say that the adjustable base compatibility of this new design of the Nectar mattress is pretty good. All right, so now that we've finished the 3 Fs, which are gonna be the framework that you're gonna use to make sure that you're choosing the right mattress for you, we're gonna talk about 3 things that are gonna be important to your purchase experience anytime you buy a mattress, particularly when you're buying one online like the Nectar. And those things are delivery, return policy, and warranty. To start with delivery, Nectar offers free delivery to your doorstep. And then from there, you're just on the hook to bring it into your bedroom and unbox it, which of course we did in this case and can attest to the fact that it is very straightforward and pretty much equivalent to every other online mattress these days. The only thing we might note is that it might help to have 2 people on hand to do the moving of the box and the unboxing, because it can be a little bit heavy and hard to maneuver. In terms of return policy, Nectar offers a very generous in-home trial of 365 nights, basically a full year, during which time you can return the mattress for a full refund for any reason. The only thing that they do ask is that you keep the mattress at least 30 days just to give your body time to adjust to the new mattress. In terms of warranty, we always coach our readers that the #1 most important term in any mattress warranty is not the length of time in years, for example. It is, in fact, what they define to be an allowable dip or body impression in the mattress. And in the case of the Nectar mattress, they define that to be 1.5 inches, which is about the standard for inner spring mattresses. However, for memory foam mattresses like this, I would argue that the standard is more like 3/4 of an inch, which is what the largest sellers of these types of mattresses use. In that respect, we would say this is maybe not as good a warranty as some other products you might find. On the flip side, what they do offer is a lifetime warranty. So what that means is that forever, as long as you own this mattress, if it is ever to develop a warranty issue, such as a sag or visible impression that's greater than 1.5 inches, they will either replace the mattress or repair it, depending on where you are in the life cycle of the product, how long you've owned it, and so forth. So that certainly is something that you can take some reassurance from as it relates to this product. So now let's get into the details of what's actually in this new design for the Nectar mattress. And as you can see here, it is a relatively simplified design with just 3 layers of foam. It does still total to 11 inches here, or almost. I think the cover basically makes up the difference there. Let's start with the foam, and we'll start at the top. You have, in the top half of the mattress, you have your comfort layers, which total up to roughly 5 inches. The top of which is memory foam. It's a 2.1 pound density memory foam. And a couple things to know about this memory foam. Number 1, it's very soft. Just really, about as soft as memory foam comes. Just does not take much at all to compress it. Just even with my pinky here, just very easy. So that's number one. Number two, it's also pretty quick responding. Some memory foams, you have that 5, even 10-second recovery. You're not going to find that on this particular memory foam. It's no better or worse. It's just kind of a point of information. The second layer here is a 1.5 pound density polyfoam that is a classic transition layer. Its softness is really right in between the very soft top layer and the very firm bottom layer. You can see here it's not a memory foam, responds quickly. It's even got a little bit of bounce. And it's basically acting as a transition between these two upper and lower layers. The bottom layer is a 6-inch layer of support foam. It's a 1.8 pound polyfoam. It is very firm. So a super firm support layer. Now, a couple other things to note, or one other interesting thing to note, I think just broadly speaking about this design is it's typical in terms of it being what we call a progressive design, meaning as you go further down into the mattress, the layers get progressively firmer. What's interesting about it is that there is a pretty wide disparity in terms of the softnesses of these layers, of these 3 layers. So what you can see here is this top layer is so soft relative to the next layer that as I press down on it, I can get pretty far down. Normally by the time I'm this far down, like well more than halfway through this layer, you'd start to see some compression of that next layer, but you're not seeing any. It's really not till I get this thing down to about 3/4 of an inch, maybe less, that you start to see any compression here. And the same thing happens as I get down close to that support layer. See here, I've got these 2 layers, which were 5 inches. Now they're down to about an inch, maybe an 1.25 inches, and you're still seeing no compression of this base layer. And then basically, now that once they get to about an inch, then they start to push this base layer down, and pretty much an inch is as much as they go down. So normally what you see is that like the next layer will start to compress before the layer above it has reached its full compression potential. These are far enough apart that you're seeing a bit of a different dynamic. So I explained this really just to point out a unique facet of this design. Any respect to which it affects your experience sleeping on the mattress, we've already covered earlier in this review. Now, turning over to the cover, all of this, of course, is wrapped in this cover, and this is also a new part of the design. You may see a good way to know that you're looking at a review of an outdated version of this mattress is if you see quilting, memory foam quilted into the cover. That was the previous design, had about an inch of memory foam quilted into the cover. This one is just a stretch cover, a thin stretch, soft cover. It actually does have tensile fiber in it, which is a fiber known for its moisture and heat wicking properties. But apart from that, it's just a kind of a nice stretchy design, sturdy, and this side panel is kind of unique and interesting. It's very thin fabric. It almost feels like a sports jersey would be made out of this type of fabric. And then of course the name embroidered into the side of that. So there you have it, the materials and construction of the new design for the Nectar mattress. One thing that's important to just about every mattress shopper is value. And when we think about value, we always think about how much does it cost, what's in it, and how long do we think it's going to last. In terms of the cost, the current price of the Nectar mattress in a queen size is $799, and that would be before any good bed discounts are applied. Now, we always make sure to keep our written review updated with the latest and best discounts, so you're going to want to make sure to check that out, and you can find a link to that written review right in the description of this video. Now, in terms of what you're getting for that, you're getting an 11-inch all foam mattress with maybe 2 to 3 inches of what we would consider to be premium comfort materials, which would be specifically that top layer of memory foam. In terms of how long we think it's going to last, we would generally turn to foam densities as our best, albeit imperfect, predictor of longevity. And if I had to look for a weak link in the new design of the Nectar mattress, I would probably be most concerned with those top 2 layers of foam and the densities of those. Specifically that 1.5 pound density transition layer, and maybe even more so that 2.1 pound density memory foam right up on top. Those densities are a bit lower than other memory foam mattresses that we've reviewed. But on the flip side, we can also say that the density of the foam support core of 1.8 pounds is right in line with most of its peers. So that is a layer that doesn't give me a lot of concern. Now, of course, the price of this mattress is definitely lower than a lot of its peers. So if I have to wrap all of this up into kind of an overall value, I would still say that the value of this new design of the Nectar mattress is pretty good. So just to sum up some of the things we've covered in this video, the Nectar mattress is an 11-inch all-foam mattress with memory foam over foam construction. We talked about how from a spinal alignment and/or pressure relief standpoint, we don't necessarily see this as an ideal fit for a lot of heavier sleepers, particularly those over 250 pounds, although we weren't as concerned for those people who happen to be back sleepers. At the same time, we also talked about how we think for lighter sleepers, this is gonna be a great fit, really regardless of your sleep position from a back support and pressure relief standpoint. We also talked about how if you're looking for a mattress with a lot of bounce, you're not really gonna find that on this mattress, nor are you gonna find a mattress with a lot of that floating above your mattress type of sensation. But if you're looking for a memory foam mattress with kind of a medium to medium soft level of softness, and not too much memory feel, a little bit of that hugged or cradled sensation, excellent, if not exceptional motion isolation, and pretty good edge support, especially for a memory foam mattress. And if all of the other fit, feel, and feature characteristics that we covered in this video sound like a good match for you, then we definitely think the Nectar mattress is one that you should consider. So we hope you found this video helpful in determining whether the Nectar mattress is the right mattress for you. Remember that you're definitely going to want to check out our in-depth written review, which you can find a link to directly in the description of this video, because that's going to have the full detail on all of our ratings and assessments, as well as the best and latest available discounts on this product. And after all that, if you're still not sure that this mattress is right for you, we recommend that you go to GoodBed and take the Mattress Match Quiz, which you can find right on the homepage of our website. This quiz will walk you through all of the same fit, feel, and feature characteristics that we covered in this video, and ultimately will show you mattresses that best match your personal needs and preferences, both online as well as in the local stores in your area. So we really think it is hands down the best starting point for any mattress shopper. In the meantime, we thank you for watching, and we really hope you sleep well.